So last week we saw this very beautiful shloka on friendship. Kshirenatmagatodakaya hi guna datta purate kila kshirothapame avekshate payasa svatma krishanau kuta gantum pavakamunmanastadabhavad drishtva tu mitrapadam yuktam tena jalena shamyati satam Maitri Punastvidrishi. We discussed about the friendship between the milk and the water. How each, the essence of this verse is that the true friendship is something where a friend sacrifices oneself for the other, even without being asked by the friend. Just by coming to know of the friend's difficulties, one actually sacrifices oneself, one's comforts for the sake of the friend. Yeah, this is the friendship between the saintly people. On the other hand, we see the other friendship in the current times between different political parties. Their friendship is based on the common enmity, actually. Most of the opposition parties or different political parties. There's a friendship between the thieves. It's based on common enmity. But the real friendship, the true friendship between the saintly people is that they sacrifice oneself for the other's interest. And the next shloka we discussed was Itas Swapiti Keshava Kulamitas Tadiya Dvisha Mitascha Sharanartinam Shikarinam Gana Sherate Itopi Vadavanalasaha Samasta Samvartakai Aho Vidhada Murjitam Parasaham Ja Sindor Vapuhu. So in the description of a ocean, on one side Lord Vishnu is sleeping, on another side the descendants of the Asuras, the enemies of Vishnu, are sleeping. On one side, big mountains are there. On another side, Vadavanala fire is there in the ocean. In a sense, the ocean is giving shelter to so many people, actually. So similarly, that great people, they actually, it is very difficult to describe the greatness of the great people because they give shelter to so many people. How mighty is the expanse of the ocean. On one side of it sleeps the Keshava, on another side there is a host of the enemies of his followers. In one place lie the numerous mountains seeking shelter, and another there is a submarine fire with all the fires of destruction. That's a very difficult to describe the greatness of the great people who give shelter to so many people. And then we discussed Trishnam Chindi Bajak Shamam Jahimadam Pape Ratim Ma Kritaha Satyam Bruhyanuyahi Sadhu Padavim Sevasva Vidvajhanam Manyan Manaya Vidvisho Api Anunaya Prakyapaya Prashrayam Kirtim Palaya Dukkite Kuru Dayametat Satam Cheshtitam. Trishnam Chindi, restrain one's desire. Shamam Bhaja, cultivate forgiveness. Jahi Madam, give up pride. Pape Ratim Ma Krita, don't have a attachment to perform papa, adharma. Satyam Bruhi, speak the truth. Sadhu Padavim Anuyahi, following the footsteps of the great souls. Vidvajanam Sevasva, serve the learned people. Manyan, Manaya, honor the respectable. Vidvisho Api Anunaya, that means appease even the enemies. Vidvisho Api Anunaya. And Prakyapaya Prashrayam, Conceal your own virtues. Prakyapaya prashrayam. Kirtim palaya. Guard your reputation. Dukkite kuru dayam. Those who are distressed, show compassion towards them. This is the conduct of the saintly people. Etat satam cheshtitam. The conduct of the saintly people. Such a very good qualities about the saintly people. Saintly people, it is not, they are not known by simply their external dress of a beard or a saffron, this thing. Saintly people are known by their conduct. These are the three shlokas we discussed last time. We'll go to the today's shloka. Kim tena hemagirina rajatadrina va yatra shritarcha taravantayeva manyamahe malayameva yadashrayena kankola nimbukutaja api chandanasyu. The beautiful shloka. What is the meaning? Kim Tena Hema Girina. Hema means gold. Giri is the mountain. Hema Girina refers to a golden mountain. Rajatadrina. Adri is another word for mountain. The Sanskrit is so rich in vocabulary. In the same shloka, different words are used for a mountain. Venkatadri. Adri is a mountain. So Rajatadrina means a mountain of silver. Tena Hemagirina Rajatadrina Vakim. What is so great about what is the benefit of a golden mountain or a silver mountain? Why these mountains are ridiculed or they are described as if low? Yatra cha ashritaha taravaha te eva taravaha tishtanti. Taravaha means, taru means vriksha, tree. Taravaha is a plural. Yatra cha ashritaha taravaha. Those trees who have taken shelter of the golden mountain or the silver mountain, te eva taravaha tishtanti. They remain as the same trees only. सुवर्ण पर्वत अथवा रजत पर्वत से क्या लाभ, जहां रहने वाले पेड़ ही रह गए. So those trees who take shelter of the golden mountain or silver mountain, they remain in the same condition as the trees. So therefore, what is the greatness of these mountains? And then Vayam Malayam eva manyamage. We respect the Malaya mountain. Malayam eva manyamage. हम मलय पर्वत को ही मानते हैं. मलयम एव मन्यामहे. Why? यद आश्रयेण कंकोल निम्बकुटजाः अपि चंदनाः स्युः. Because those trees who have taken shelter of the Malaya mountain, like a kankola tree or a nimbu tree or a kutaja tree, all these trees who take shelter of the Malay mountain, they get the fragrance of the chandan. Although these trees are very inferior trees, but these trees who have taken shelter of the Malay mountain, because Malay mountain is famous for the chandan, chandan trees. So the other trees who are there in the Malay mountain, they also get the chandan fragrance. So therefore, what is the crux of the shloka? Somebody may be very wealthy, like a golden mountain or a silver mountain. But it's not about how much wealthy a person is, but how much he is able to elevate the people who take shelter of him. How much he is helping others. That is what it matters actually. It's not about how much wealth one has. In comparison to the golden or silver mountain, Malaya mountain may be inferior. There's no gold or silver there. But then they elevate even the Kutaja trees, Nimbu trees, Kamkola trees to the position of the Chandan trees. They also get the fragrance of the Chandan. So therefore, real greatness is that how much you are helping others. Near my hometown in Tamil Nadu, I was just conversing with one devotee. There is a place called Perambalur. There's an engineering college and many other colleges are there by one very, very rich person. A very, very rich person, and yes, so many colleges in there. But that person was saying that devotee was working in that college for some time. But what he saw was that there are many people, those who are working in a uh, very small roles in the college as a peon and others. They hardly get any increment in the pay, just 500 rupees or few hundred rupees per year. And these people they toil hard, but they hardly get increment for few thousand rupees, 7,000, 8,000, 9,000 like that. And because they don't see any other source of income, and they feel that if they leave their job, they won't get other jobs. So therefore, they continue to work hard, and they hardly get increment. But those who are in top level, they get lot of increment, and these people are simply getting exploited. They are simply getting exploited by the rich person. So he saw that. Then after seeing this, then he's able to leave that college only. How those who are in the beginning post, this one, they simply get exploited for lot of work, and they hardly get increment. So in the sense that person may be very rich person. He opened a medical college. Generally, for opening medical college, there's a condition is that there should be a hospital associated with the medical college. There should be a hospital associated with the medical college. And the hospital, first they have to open the hospital. The hospital has to run for certain number of years. And the hospital has to register certain number of patients per year. So after that, they'll be given permission for opening medical college. That's the protocol. But because all these people they run the whole colleges as a business now. They want to open the college fast, and they opened the hospital, and they made adjustments, and they gave fake records as if although so many patients did not come, they give records as if they treated so many patients in order to get permission fast for opening the college. Because in Tamil Nadu whole medical college seats, for every seat they get crores of rupees as a bribe actually. Private medical colleges, it's all run by the politicians. So and they in that way they opened the medical college by giving fake records in the hospital. So the whole thing is there are people who are filthy rich, but one may be rich, but the real greatness is that how much he is helping others. So the trees in the golden mountain or the silver mountain, they remain as trees only. But the Malay mountain is so great. Even the ordinary trees in the Malay mountain, they get the fragrance of the chandan. So therefore, the real greatness of a person is how much he is helping others. those people who come to take shelter of him, how much he is able to elevate him. So therefore, one of the quality of the Bhagavan is also Sharanagata Palaka. Whomever comes to take shelter of him, he ensures their safety, he protects them. Sakrideva prapannoyam tavasmi iti yachate avayam sarvada tasmai dadam yetat vratam mama. If a person comes and tells once in front of me that I am yours, I give abhayadan to that person. The nature of Krishna is that whoever takes shelter of him, Krishna elevates a person. So in this world, whatever goes up, it is pulled down by the gravitational force. Everything is pulled down in this world. That is the nature of this world. But Krishna, whoever, even if a person is very low, even if a person is born in a chandala, Viprad Vishad Gunayutad Aravindanaba Padaravinda Vimuka Chapacham Varishtam Manye Tadarpita Mano Vachane Hitartha Pranam Punati Sakulam Natu Bhurimanaha. This is a verse from Prahlad Maharaj's prayers. A Brahmana who may be having all the good qualities, but if he is Vimukha, if he is averse to the lotus feet of the Lord, he cannot even purify himself, what to speak of his family. On the other hand, a Shapacha, a Chandala, who has dedicated his body, mind, and words in the service of the Lord, he can not only purify himself, but he can purify his entire dynasty. So even a low person gets elevated by the Lord. The Mala Masa, Purushottam Masa, Mala Masa, it is considered to be the inauspicious month. But by when the Mala Masa took shelter of Bhagavan, it became the most auspicious of all the months. It became the Purushottam Adhika Masa. So therefore, this verse talks about Nirgunan api swashritan gunavatah kurvanto gunavanto nunam bahumana patram bhavanti iti malaya parvata anyokta vidaya bodhayannaha. Those who don't have good qualities like these trees, but when they take shelter of a great person, the great person imparts good qualities to them. That is the greatness of the great people. How much they elevate, how much they help others. This is the shloka. Next shloka. Manasi vachasi kaye punya piyusha purna Tribhuvanamupakara Shreni Viprinayantaha Paraguna Paramanun Parvati Kritya Nityam Nija Hridi Vikasantaha Santi Santa Kiyantaha. Again talks about the saintly people conduct. Manasi Vachasi Kaye Cha Punya Piyusha Purnaha. In their mind, words, and in their body. Punya Piyusha Purnaha. Piyusha means Amritam. So they are filled with the Punya Piyusha. They are filled with the what we can say Mana Vachana or Sharir mein सत्कर्म रूपी अमृत से भरे हुए, सत्कर्म रूपी अमृत से भरे हुए, their mind is filled with the nectar called as meritorious deeds, pious actions. The words are filled with the nectar of meritorious or pious words. Their body is filled with the nectar of the meritorious deeds. And then Tribhuvanam Upakara Shrenibihi, Tribhuvanam Prinayantaha, Upakara Shrenibihi, by their series of benevolent activities. Upakara means helping, Upakara Karana, by series of their benevolent, meritorious, pious activities to the whole world, to the three worlds. Prinayantaha, they remain satisfied. They are simply satisfied. So, saintly people's qualities are described. First quality is that Manasi Vachasi Kayecha Punya Piyusha Varnaha. Their mind, body, and words are filled with the nectar of pious activities, meritorious activities. So, this itself shows that the difference between Mahatma and Duratma is that Duratma, he thinks one, he speaks something else, and he acts something else. He may think of, he may speak like as if he wants to do something good, but he's thinking something different. And he will be acting something different. So mind, body, and words are not in line with each other. But Mahatma is somebody who's what he thinks, he speaks, and what he speaks, he performs the actions. So here, the Satpurushas, their mind, body, and words, they are filled with the nectar of meritorious actions, pious actions, benevolent actions. This is the first quality. Second quality is that Upakara Shrenibihi Tribhuvanam Prinayantaha. Upakara Shrenibihi means by a series of Upakara, benevolent activities towards the Tribhuvanam, toward the three worlds, Prinayantaha, they remain satisfied. This is the second quality. Last week also, I think last week we discussed about selfless actions, Krishna glorifying the trees in Vrindavan. And then third quality is that Paraguna Paramanun Parvati Kritya Nija Hridi Nityam Vikasantaha. So Paraguna Paramanun, the others, they have good quality like a Paramanu size. Even if others have a very small good quality, like the size of a Paramanu. Paramanu is the smallest measurement which cannot be further divided. So if others have very small good qualities, but Parvati Kritya, but they magnify that small good quality as if like a mountain, Parvati Kritya. Nija Hridi Nityam Vikasantaha. Nija Hridi Nityam Vikasantaha. So they magnify the atom-like good qualities of others like a mountain, and then by that they remain, they become happy in their heart. Nija Hridi Nityam Vikasantaha. These three qualities are mentioned. Such kind of saintly people, Santihi Kiyantaha Santi, such kind of saintly people, how many such saintly people are there in this world? Kiyantaha means kitne log, how many? Very, very rare. So this word Paraguna Paramanun Parvati Kritya Nityam. This is also the quality of, we discussed, this is also a quality possessed by Shiva, Lord Shiva. The fourth canto, fourth chapter, there is a shloka. Doshan paresham hi guneshu sadavo Krishnanti kechin na bhavadrisho dvija Gunamcha Falgun Bahuli Karishnavo Mahattamastesh Avidat Bhavan Agam Gunamcha Falgun Bahuli Karishnavo. The same thing is mentioned here. Paraguna Paramanun Parvati Kritya. Gunamcha Falgun Bahuli Karishnavo. Lord Shiva's quality is that if someone has a little good quality, he magnifies it greatly. Gunamcha Falgun Bahuli Karishnavo. The same is mentioned here. Paraguna Paramanun Parvati Kritya. So these are all very rare qualities. One's mind, body, and words are filled with nectar like meritorious activities. Vritrasura prayed for such a thing. Aham Hare Tava Padaika Mulo Dasanudaso Bhavitasmi Bhuyah Manasmaretasu Pater Gunamste Grihita Vakkarma Karotu Kaya. He prayed that when will that day come when I can become the servant of the devotees of Krishna? Let my mind be focused on Krishna. Let my words be engaged in glorifying Him. Let my body be engaged in service to Him. So, the greatest pious activity is to perform bhakti to the Supreme Lord. Such saintly people. And upakara shrenibihi tribhuvanam prinayantaha. By the series of good qualities, they benefit the whole world, and by that they remain satisfied. So again, there is a beautiful shloka in the Bhagavatam, 3rd canto. Janasya Krishnat Vimukasya Daivat Adharmashilasya Sudukkitasya Anugrahaye Charanti Nunam Bhutani Bhavyani Janardanasya. Vidura is glorifying Maitreya Rishi. O my Lord, great philanthropic souls travel on the earth on behalf of the Supreme Personality of Godhead to show compassion to the fallen souls who are averse to the sense of subordination to the Lord. So the greatest philanthropic activity is that when the saintly people travel on behalf of the Bhagavan and to show compassion to the fallen souls by educating them, by reminding them about the Supreme Lord. The conditioned souls are averse to averse to the sense of subordination to the Lord. And the philanthropic souls, saintly people, travel and educate such people. So Prabhupada writes in the purport, any activity other than transcendental loving service to the Lord is more or less a rebellious action against the supreme will. All fruitive activity, empiric philosophy, and mysticism are more or less against the sense of subordination to the Lord. And any living entity engaged in such rebellious activity is more or less contaminated by the laws of material nature, which work under the subordination of the Lord. The great unalloyed devotees of the Lord are compassionate towards the fallen souls, and therefore they travel all over the world with the mission of bringing them back to Godhead. Such pure devotees of the Lord carry the message of Godhead in order to deliver the fallen souls, and therefore the common man who is bewildered by the influence of the external energy of the Lord should avail himself of their association. This is a beautiful shloka. So this is about the nature of saintly people. We'll go to the next shloka. Now the next section is about Dhira, people who are determined. Dhira Purusha. Ratnair Maharghais Tutushur Nadeva Nabhejire Bhima Vishena Bhitim Sudam Vinana Prayur Viramam Nanishchitartat Viramanti Dhiraha. Very beautiful shloka. Ratnair, Devaha, Devatas. And this shloka describes the episode of Samudra Manthan from the Bhagavatam is referred over here. The Samudra Manthan, the Devatas, they churned the Samudra Manthan in order to obtain nectar. Devaha Maharghaihi Ratnaihi. Maharghaihi means Bahumulyaihi, invaluable jewels. Maharghaihi Ratnaihi na tutushuhu. The Devatas did not become satisfied. They did not become satisfied by obtaining invaluable jewels. Maharghaihi Ratnaihi na tutushuhu. Bhima Vishena Bhitim na Bhejire. They, in the course of Samudra Manthan, they obtained Kalakuta poison. Bhima Vishena Bhayankarena Kalakutakyena Garalena. A terrible Kalakuta poison. But even by that, Bhitimna Bejire, they did not become afraid. Sudham Vina Viramam na Prayayuhu. Till they obtained nectar, they did not take rest. Viramam na Prayayuhu. Till they obtained nectar, they did not take rest. Hi Dhiraha Nishchitartan na Viramanti. The Dhira Purusha, till they achieve their desired goal, they do not take rest. Nishchitartan na Viramanti. So, very beautiful shloka. Dhira Purushaha Pratignatam Purayanti iti Bodayanto Devaha Sudam Labdukamaha Samudra Mantane Pravritta Ratnajateir Atirateir Santushyanto Vishadapi Bhitim Aprapnuvantaha Sudam Prapya Yeva Nirvritim Praptavanta iti. So we see in our life sometimes certain comfortable situations may come, sometimes difficult situations may come. But the real Dhira Purusha, they don't get elated, they don't get carried away by the comfortable situation, nor they become depressed or become afraid by the difficult situation. They are focused on their goals. They never take rest till they achieve their goal. So we discussed previously many, like for example, when we discussed the 27th shloka, we discussed the 3 levels of determination. If you remember, and in that connection, we discussed in detail about determination also. Prarabhyate na khalu vigna bhayena nichaihi. Prarabhya vigna vihata viramanti madhyaha. Vignaihi punah punarapi pratihanyamanaha. Prarabdha uttama guna na parityayanti. So the lowest people, they don't just by fearing the obstacles that may come, they don't even start the work. They don't even start a good activity just by fearing the obstacles. And the Madhyama, mediocre people, despite facing, when they face the difficulties, at that time they start the work, but when they face the difficulties, they stop that activity. But the Uttama Purushas, even after facing difficulties repeatedly again and again, they don't give up that effort. So in this verse, the three levels of determination are spoken, especially by taking into consideration of the difficulties. But the present verse, the Niti Shataka, it talks about not only about difficulties, it also talks about the some comfortable situation. Sometimes because of difficulties we may become depressed. Sometimes because of comfortable situation we may forget the goal. Suppose a person comes to the airport, and the airport he sees a massage center, and in getting massage he feels so comfortable and he misses the flight. So sometimes because the comfortable situation also one may get carried away. When Hanumanji was going to Lanka, that time Mainaka Parvat came up and requested Hanumanji. Long back, when Indra was cutting off the wings of all the mountains, so at that time your father Vayudev protected me. Because of the help rendered by your father Vayudev, I got shelter in the ocean. So I want to repay my debt towards Vayudev. Therefore, I want to serve you. Please take rest in my mountain. Take rest, and then you proceed in your journey. But Hanumanji could have taken rest. But Hanumanji said at the same time he did not want to hurt Mainak Parvat. He said that just the sweet words you have spoken, that itself has refreshed me so much. And then saying like that, he simply touched Mainak Parvat and then he went ahead. Hanumanji did not get carried away by the nice, comfortable situation offered by the Mainak Parvat. So Devatas, they did not get carried away by the valuable jewels they obtained during the course of the Samudra Manthan. They did not remain satisfied with that. They were focused on the goal of getting the nectar. So sometimes while performing bhakti, we may get praises by others. And if we get carried away by the praises, then that is one of the symptoms of Anishtita Bhajana Kriya. Taranga Rangini. Just like a person may get carried away by the waves in the ocean, sometimes a person may get carried away by the side benefits which may come in the course of bhakti. Somebody may praise us, one may get a post, but one should be focused on the goal of the path of bhakti, that is Krishna Prema. Or sometimes one may get carried away by the difficulties which may come on the path of bhakti. But one should be focused on the goal. The Dhira Purusha, they are focused on the goal till they obtain their goal, they never take rest. They never take rest. So we can find various examples in the Shastra. Dhruva Maharaj's determination, how Dhruva Maharaj was focused on the goal. This is a beautiful shloka about the Dhira Purusha. Next shloka. क्वचित् पृथिवीशय्यः क्वचिदपि च पर्यङ्कशयनः क्वचित् शाकाहारः क्वचिदपि च शाल्योदनरुचिः क्वचित् कण्ठाधारी क्वचिदपि च दिव्याम्बरधरो मनस्वी कार्यार्थी न गणयति च दुःखं न च सुखम् क्वचित् पृथिवीशय्य क्वचिदपि च पर्यङ्कशयनः. Anyway, so this verse shows, this also talks about the Dhira Purusha. So, Karyarthi Manasvi Purushaha. Karyarthi. Karyarthi means Karya Abhilashi. Those who are focused on performing a particular Karya. Manasvi. Manasvi means Sthira Chitta. Those who have a steady mind. The person of a steady mind who is focused on performing a particular task. Karyarthi Manasvi. What is the conduct of such people? Kvachit Prithvi Shayyaha. Sometimes they just sleep on a ordinary ground which may be rough in nature, which may be having pebbles and thorns. Kvachit Prithvi Shayyaha. Apicha Kvachit Paryanka Shayanaha. Sometimes they may sleep on a cushion, nice soft bed, Paryanka Shayanaha. Kvachit Shakahara. Sometimes they simply live on by eating some vegetables, roots and fruits. Shakahara. Apicha Kvachit Shalyodana Ruchi. But sometimes they may eat very Shalyodana Ruchi, very tasty meals. Shalyodana Ruchi. Sometimes Shalyodana Ruchi means कहीं दान के बाद का स्वाद लेता है. Sometimes they may eat nice biryani, nice masala rice, nice sweet rice. Shalyodana Ruchi. Kvachit Khanthadari. Sometimes they will simply wear some tree barks as a dress. And apicha kvachit divyam bharadara. Sometimes they wear very costly garments. See, roti kapada makan. Sometimes they just sleep in a ground. Sometimes they sleep in a nice palace with a nice cushion bed. Sometimes they eat some ordinary fruits and roots or just some leaves. Sometimes they eat nice foodstuffs. Sometimes they wear some tree bark. Sometimes they wear very nice ornamented dress. San sukam dukam na ganayati, sukam cha na ganayati. They neither care for the distress nor care for the happiness. That means they see both the happiness and distress as same. They are mainly focused on what? Karyarthi Manasvi. They are focused on the ultimate goal. They are focused on completing the task. So, in between, whatever it comes, whether happiness or distress, in terms of roti kapada makan, better food or not so good food, better place to reside or a simple place to reside, or a good dress or a ordinary dress, they see everything on the same. They see everything equally. So again, this verse talks about the focus of the Dhira Purusha on their ultimate goal. So we see that many times a person may start an activity with a particular goal in mind, but in due course, one may forget the goal. One may get carried away. Like Bharat Maharaj, he came to the forest with the goal of perfecting his life after renouncing the kingdom. But then he got carried away by the compassion towards the deer. He got carried away by the attachment towards the deer. And then he became the deer in the next life. And for another example, because I give the example of Hanumanji. And like for example, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, how much he was focused on the goal. When he left for South India, although his near and dear ones, Sarvam Bhattacharya, fainted, but he did not even turn back. He was focused on the goal of going to South India and spreading the Yuga Dharma of Sankirtan. So one has to be focused on the goal. Sometimes one may get carried away by the comfortable or uncomfortable situations on this world. But the Dhira Purusha, they are focused on the goal. They see the happiness and distress equally, comfortable and uncomfortable situation equally. They are because they are Karyarthi and Manasvi. So this is this quality we can see many places in the Srimad Bhagavatam. The character of the great people, how they are focused on the goal. So this verse, Karya Abhilashi Purusha Sukha Dukkayoho Samanameva Mulyam Kalayati Iti Tacheshtaya Sputi Karoti. Krishna also the equal vision of a Dhira Purusha. Krishna says in the Gita, 5th chapter, Samaloshrashma Kanchanaha. The yogis, they see the pebble and the gold as equally. They are focused on the goal of self-realization. So this equal vision, one way to understand this equal vision is that, suppose if they find the gold to be a distraction from their service to Krishna, they will consider their gold as if it is like a stone. And if they see a particular type of a stone which can be used as a particular marble in the service to the Krishna's temple, they will see that marble stone as if it is like a gold. Because essentially they are focused on the goal of serving Krishna. With that goal in mind, even for that goal in mind, if the gold is going to be an obstacle, they will see the gold as if like a stone. If a stone is going to be useful, they will see the stone as if it is like a gold. So that is the equal vision. Because they are focused on the goal of serving Bhagavan. So here this verse is talking about the one-pointed attention. So we will take up the last shloka today. ऐश्वर्यस्य विभूषणं सुजनता शौर्यस्य वाक् संयमो ज्ञानस्योपशमः श्रुतस्य विनयो वित्तस्य पात्रे व्ययः अक्रोधस्तपसक्षमा प्रभवितुर्धर्मस्य निर्व्याजता सर्वेषामपि सर्वकारणमिदं शीलं परं भूषणम्. Very beautiful shloka. Aishwaryasya vibhushanam sujanata. The ornament of the wealthy and the powerful people is sujanata, gentle manliness. And shauryasya vibhushanam vak samyamaha. So vibhushanam can be added with every sentence. Shauryasya. Shauryasya means a person who have a brave person. The ornament of a brave person is vak samyama, to have control over the speech. Many times brave people, they lose control over the speech and they criticize others. They ridicule others with their speech. The vak samyama, control of the speech or a soft speech, is the ornament of the bravery. Gentle manliness is the ornament of the wealthy and powerful people. Oftentimes, wealthy and powerful people, They become proud of their wealth, and then they don't act in a gentlemanly way. And then jnanasya upashamaha. Self-control is the ornament of the knowledgeable people. If somebody is having knowledge, it should reflect in sense control, self-control. Otherwise, simply having theoretical knowledge without the control of the mind and senses, that means he has not imbibed the knowledge. Upashamaka means self-control. And then Shrutasya Vinayaha. Shrutasya, study of the scriptures. Shrutasya. Humility is the ornament of those who have studied the Shastra. The real learning should reflect in humility. Humility is the ornament of those who have studied the Shastras. Vittasya patre veyaha. Vittasya, again, it's talking about wealthy people. The ornament of the wealthy people is that patre veyaha. They should give charity to the qualified people. Or they should spend their money for the appropriate purposes. Patre veyaha. That is the ornament of the wealthy people, not being extravagant and spend money for that which is useless. I think. And then akrodas tapasaha sham. Akrodaha tapasaha. So the ornament of the tapasvis, the ornament of those who perform tapasya is actually not exhibiting anger, checking one's anger. Because oftentimes we hear stories in the Shastra, many sages who perform tapasya, they become angry easily. Vishwamitra became angry. Many sages, they may be very austere, but sometimes austerity makes a person hard-hearted, and they also easily become angry. They may control the ocean of material desires, but then they drown in a puddle of useless anger. Therefore, the checking one's anger is the ornament of the tapasvis. And Kshama Prabhavituhu. Prabhavituhu means we can say the king. Kshama, forgiveness is the ornament of the kings. The kings, they can easily punish people. Sometimes because of the power, they tend to over-punish people also. But the real ornament of the kings is also to show compassion. Of course, show compassion and to forgive. Of course, there are people who need to be punished. Sometimes when they become unnecessarily merciful, and who is that? I think Gajini Muhammad, or who sometimes certain enemies they attacked India, and the kings they took them little granted. They took a lenient step, and then because of that they invaded India, and then India came under Mughal rule. So those who are this kind of rascals, the Mughal rulers, those who are terrorists, they should not be. They should be given highest punishment. But sometimes certain other people, they have to be shown compassion. The mercy is the ornament of the kings. And then dharmasya nirvyajata. Dharmic people, those who perform dharmic activities, the ornament of them is that nirvyajata, straightforwardness. That means not having a cheating propensity. So many times the people perform dharma in order to show themselves as if they are dharmic. In order to actually pretend themselves to be religious. They pretend themselves to be religious. There is a, but straightforwardness is the ornament of dharma. That honesty, not to make a show of being actually being religious. And then finally, sarveshamapi sarva karanamidam shilam param bhushanam. Sarveshamapi. Good manners. Sheelam means good conduct, good manners, which are necessary above all, are the best ornament of everything. So the Sheelam is the good behavior, good conduct, is the cause of all these good qualities. Sarvesham api sarva karanamidam Sheelam param bhushanam. Therefore, Sheelam is the best of the ornaments. The Sheelam is the highest ornament for everyone, being the source of all virtues. So, Bhartahari's Niti Shataka being the Niti Shataka, it is talking about a general good conduct, is the source of all the virtues. Srimad Bhagavatam says that the pure devotional service to Krishna is the source of all the good qualities. Yasyasti bhaktir bhagavati akinchana sarvair gunaistatra samasate sura haravabhaktasya kuto mahadguna mano rathena satidahvato badihi. When a person has unflinching, unalloyed devotion to Krishna, all the good qualities of the devatas automatically develop in a person. From the Bhagavatam point of view, the pure devotion to Krishna is the source of all the good qualities. So here Bhartruhari is talking about the ornament of the different people, and then finally he says that the highest ornament for every one being is the good conduct. Every one of them. Good conduct is the source of all the virtues, and good conduct is the highest ornament for every one of them. And the source of good conduct is that one's unalloyed devotional service to Krishna, according to Prahlad Maharaj in the Srimad Bhagavatam 5th canto. So, in this way, we discussed 5 slokas today. First shloka was about the real greatness of a person is how much he is able to elevate others who come to take shelter of them. The golden mountain, silver mountain, those trees which take shelter of them, they remain as trees. But those trees which take up the Malaya mountain, they get the fragrance of the sandalwood. Next shloka, we discuss about the qualities of the saintly people. 3 qualities. Their mind, body, and words, they are filled with the nectar of meritorious actions. And by performing series of benevolent activities to the whole world, they remain satisfied. And they magnify even the smallest good quality of others, and in this way, they get happiness in their heart. Such saintly people are very few in number. How many such saintly people are there? And then the determination. The devatas did not become satisfied by obtaining valuable jewels, and they did not become afraid by getting the Kalakuta poison. Till they obtained nectar, they did not take rest. And then we discussed again how the determined people, they are focused on their final goal. Sometimes they see comfortable situation, uncomfortable situation, both as same. Whether comfortable food or shelter or the dress, uncomfortable food, shelter or dress, they see everything equal. And finally, we saw that what is the ornament of the different people, and we saw that good conduct is the source of all these virtues, and therefore Sheelam Param Karanam, the source of good conduct is the devotional service to Krishna. Hare Krishna. So, now here, you want to share anything, Devraj?
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu, for the session. I have a different question, like from Samudra Manthan. Can I ask?
Yes.
Yeah, actually, see, what I understand, like all the Devdas and Asuras, like they all did this Samudra Manthan for getting the nectar, right?
Hmm.
But they could have like did the tapasya also to get same kind of benefit. Like, why did they take this kind of?
If you hear the story of Samudra Manthan, um, the story starts in the eighth canto. After disrespecting Durvasa, Devatas lost all their opulences.
Oh, okay,
So at that time, they approached Vishnu, and then Lord Vishnu advised them. Now the time is in favor of the demons. Now you better make a truce with the demons. You make a proposal to them that let us both together churn the let us ocean in order to get nectar. And then when the nectar comes, with the nectar you become powerful, and then you can actually fight the demons. This is what was advised by the Vishnu.
okay, okay,
So then Devatas, they go to the demons, then they make a truce, and then they start churning the ocean.
okay. Thank you, Prabhu.
Actually, Srimad Bhagavatam, so here Niti Shataka is talking from this point of view, how the Devatas were determined till they obtained nectar. They did not take rest till they obtained nectar. They did not get carried away by the nice jewels,
I
or
mean,
they did not
it
become
is true
afraid.
for the Asuras also, right? Because it the both parties involved.
Hmm. Yeah, they were also determined,
Yeah,
but determined for the wrong purpose. Uh,
yeah,
uh,
correct.
they wanted to, they are inimical to the Lord, therefore their example is not given. Yeah, sometimes one
Yeah,
can take inspiration even from the other people. One can take inspiration even from the wrong people. How they are determined for a wrong cause. If only we develop such kind of determination for the right cause.
right,
Terrorists are determined for a wrong cause.
right, right, right.
But how much the dharmic people are determined for a good cause, actually.
Yeah,
Uh, so, so like that. So Samudra Manthan is talking about this, how we should be determined till the moment we attain the goal.
yeah.
Correct.
Hare Krishna.
Stop here. What is your? You can show your video. Actually, at least I can recognize you.
No, actually, Prabhu, I joined from my desktop and I don't have any camera.
Oh, okay.